Open your eyes. Focus on these 16 life lessons for the next 6 months and transform your life for the better. 1. Stop hoping for completion in life. Most men err by thinking that one day everything will be done. They imagine if they work hard enough they can eventually rest, or their woman will finally understand and stop complaining. They tell themselves, "I'm only doing this now so that one day I can do what I really want with my life." The masculine mistake is to believe that someday things will be different in some significant way. They won't. It never ends. As long as life continues, a man needs to feel the present moment and not hope for an unknown future. The challenge is to engage, play, and make love with the present moment. 2. Never change your mind just to please a woman. If a woman suggests something that changes a man's perspective, he should make a new decision based on this new viewpoint. However, he should never betray his own knowledge and intuition just to please his woman or go along with her. Such actions will weaken both of them, leading to resentment. The crust of accumulated inauthenticity will burden their love and their capacity for free action. 3. Don't get lost in tasks and duties. No matter what a man's specific purpose is, he must constantly remind himself of the danger of losing himself in an endless list of tasks. He should refresh the spiritual aspect of his life through regular meditation and retreat. Otherwise, he risks becoming a mere mechanical performer of duties and routines, which leads to a loss of meaning and inner freedom. A man must be able to stop, find internal depth, and direct his attention to the essence, not just superficial tasks. 4. Your purpose must come before your relationship. Every man knows that his highest purpose in life cannot be reduced to any particular relationship. If a man prioritizes his relationship over his highest purpose, he weakens himself, deserves the universe, and cheats his woman out of an authentic man who can offer her his full, undivided presence. 5. Live as if your father had died. A man should love his father, but be free from his expectations and criticism. He needs to grow out of his father's shadow, become himself, and take responsibility for his own decisions and actions to be a free man. 6. What she wants is not what she says. Sometimes a woman will request something from her man, not to get him to do it, but to see if he is so weak that he will comply. She is testing his capacity to do what is right, not what she is asking for. If he does what she asks in such cases, she will be disappointed and angry, and he will have no idea why. Remember, her trust is earned not by fulfilling her requests, but by magnifying love, consciousness, and success in their lives despite her requests. 7. Lean just beyond your edge. A man's growth is optimized if he leans just beyond his edge, capacity, and fear. He should avoid being too lazy, stagnating in a zone of security and comfort, nor should he push far beyond his edge, stressing himself unnecessarily. Instead, he should constantly lean slightly beyond the edge of fear and discomfort in everything he does. This process of self-discovery helps him find strength and wisdom in his essence, unlocking potential he never imagined. 8. Trust nobody. A man must be prudent and vigilant, recognizing true intentions before placing his faith. Trusting blindly often leads to disappointment and betrayal. This doesn't mean isolating himself or becoming cynical, but rather learning to trust his own instincts and judgments. It's about discerning who and what deserves his trust and taking responsibility for his decisions. Trust is earned, not given. 9. Be willing to change everything in your life. A man must be ready to dedicate everything to his purpose, face and resolve the consequences of his past actions, and be willing to move on from a particular way of life. He must be capable of entering periods of uncertainty, not knowing what to do with his life, and waiting for a new form of purpose to emerge. These cycles of specific action followed by periods of not knowing what is going on are natural for a man shedding layers of karma on the way to realizing his potential. 10. She doesn't really want to be number one. A woman may seem to want to be the most important thing in her man's life. However, if she feels like his number one priority, she senses he isn't fully dedicated to divine growth and service. This dependence on her for his happiness makes her feel smothered by his neediness. Deep down, A woman wants her man to be fully dedicated to his highest purpose and also to love her fully. She wants to feel that he would be willing to sacrifice their relationship for the sake of his highest purpose. 11. Don't use your family as an excuse. If a man never discovers his deepest purpose or permanently compromises and uses his family as an excuse, his core masculinity weakens. His woman loses trust and sexual polarity with him, even if he puts much energy into parenting and housework. A man should be a full participant in caring for his children and household, but shouldn't give up his deepest purpose to do so. Ultimately, everyone suffers if he does. 12. Don't ever chase after someone. A man who constantly chases someone often ends up with compromises and dependence, robbing him of the freedom to be himself. By pursuing and begging for attention, he diminishes his own value, leading to a loss of self-worth. True self-worth is found when he prioritizes himself, understands his own needs and values, builds his life based on his beliefs, and directs his time and energy toward self-improvement. 13. You don't have to please everyone. People enjoy positive feedback and approval, but trying to please everyone only makes a man's life miserable and attracts people who want to use him. Everyone has their own important priorities, and if a man doesn't take time to determine what is important to him, he will easily be swayed by what is important to others. Pleasing everyone ultimately pleases no one. 14. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now. Without a conscious life purpose, a man is lost, drifting and adapting to events rather than creating them. Without knowing his purpose, he lives a weakened existence, possibly even becoming sexually impotent. In the end, he becomes a passive observer of his own life, plunging into emptiness and losing the ability for self-realization and inner growth. 16. Embrace solitude. In today's noisy world, true growth happens in solitude. Embrace alone time to reflect, meditate, and understand yourself. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's a chance to recharge and gain clarity. This helps you make intentional life choices and connect deeply with your inner self. 15. Nobody is coming to save you. A man must learn to save himself, regardless of whether people like him or not. Everyone has their own lives to live. He must come to terms with this and learn to live with it. People will come and go in his life, and if he depends on them, he will be disappointed. A man should be responsible for his own life. The best way to get your life to where you want it to be is to take control of your own destiny. Remember, these lessons can change your life. Apply them and watch yourself grow. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more insights and transformation tips.